And welcome to Roll with the Punches, the RPG boxing stream where we train our body and mind to better cope with the blows life sends our way. We use an RPG-style reward system that keeps us motivated in order to develop the healthy habits that will serve us for the rest of our lives. Roll with the Punches has 4 main objectives. Use rewards to build healthy habits, lower stress with exercise and by practicing mindfulness, increase confidence and a sense of self-worth by focusing on positivity, utilizing a support group to help us when we need it. Today's stream is focused on lowering our stress levels with exercise, specifically boxing. Boxing is a total body cardio workout. I'll go into more details about the workout in a second, but if a boxing workout sounds intimidating, don't worry. I've structured the workout into 3 levels of difficulty. Don't feel bad about going at a slow pace if you're just starting out. I'll circle back to the details for the workout, along with a little tutorial in a second, but for now, let's check out those objectives. First is creating some sort of reward system for yourself to push you to do the things that you should do but can't find the motivation for. At a very basic level, I recommend giving yourself around 1 experience point for every minute you spend on something that has a positive impact on your life. For every 1000 XP, give yourself a little reward. You can learn more in the Roll with the Punches campaign journal I put together. Check out the free PDF after today's stream. Next, we want to look at managing stress by practicing mindfulness. The good news is, today's boxing workout will be a good starting point for this. A boxing round is a sequence of being tensed and relaxed. Because of that, I found that the skill of relaxing myself in stressful situations has carried over outside the ring as well. And also, once again, make sure you check out the free campaign journal for even more ideas. The third objective is to increase our confidence and a sense of self-worth by focusing on positivity. In my experience, I've found that combat sports like boxing, as well as martial arts like karate, have helped me to become more confident and feel better about myself. The process of pushing through my limits and getting stronger makes me feel like I can handle anything life throws at me. You need to be your own cheering section, but I'll also do my best in these streams to let you know how awesome you are for taking on such a tremendous challenge. You've already done amazingly just by committing to showing up and being ready to work. We can't fail today. We can only hit our limit, and that will only make us stronger going forward. The fourth objective is to build and use a support group to help us when we need it. An adventurer doesn't battle dragons alone. They need a party. Luckily for us, we've got one right here. You've got me and everyone else in chat encouraging you. Off stream, please head over to discord.gg/blindwave to the Roll with the Punches channel to talk together. Reach out to your family and friends to help you when you're feeling low. And talk to your doctor and therapist, especially if you think you might be suffering from anxiety, depression, or any other mental illness. We've got to recuperate our mind as much as our body. I'm not a doctor, a therapist, or an expert boxing trainer, but I have all 3 of those in my adventuring party. While I'm happy to share what I've learned, these workouts are more about accountability and motivation, as opposed to training you to be the next world champion. Please make sure you speak with your doctor if you have any concerns about starting a workout routine. While the Roll with the Punches system has helped me, it isn't a replacement for expert advice and treatment, so please seek help when you need it. Alright, now that I've defined the goals of Roll with the Punches, let's learn about what you can expect from today's stream, as well as how to punch with a tutorial. First, you don't need any special equipment to follow along with today's workout. You only really need the following to get started. Comfortable workout clothes, socks, and shoes. The flatter the shoe, the better. Water or a sports drink, a towel, an open space, at least enough to take 4 small steps in each direction, and then to punch without hitting anything. And a fighting spirit. Here's some optional equipment you may want to consider. A heavy bag. You can do all these workouts shadow boxing without a heavy bag, but a bag will help you build power. Plus, it just feels satisfying to hit something. Make sure you take it easy starting out, and note that if you are hitting a bag, the next 2 items become required. Hand wraps and boxing gloves. Wrapping your hands will protect them, as well as your wrists if you're hitting the bag. You should wear gloves hitting the heavy bag, and you can wear them shadow boxing if you want to make the rounds harder. If you don't have gloves but want to push yourself, you can hold hand weights, no more than a pound. Just make sure they don't slip. A yoga mat. We do some ab exercises and possibly some other exercises down on the ground. A yoga mat will make these more comfortable, but you can use a towel if you're in a pinch. Jump rope and jump rope pad. I'll show you other exercises that you can do instead of jump roping, but jumping rope is a great workout, and it will help your boxing in a number of ways. Okay, let's talk about the workout. Make sure you pace yourself. Go easy. especially if you're new to boxing or exercise in general. You can always up the volume and intensity as you get more experienced. Don't feel the need to follow my pace. You can go slower or you can go faster. Boxing rounds are broken up into difficulty levels. Level 1 is the easiest, with level 3 being the most difficult. Here's the breakdown. If you're following along at level 1, you will have 1 minute of work time, followed by 1 minute off, repeated. Just follow along with my instructions, when to start and stop, and you'll be fine. Take 2 to 4 breaths between each combo at least. Level 2, you'll have 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. Level 3 works the full 3-minute round and has a 1-minute rest between rounds. The volume and speed in which you throw the punches, plus head movement and footwork, will all determine how hard of a workout each round is. Start off easy, but challenge yourself as you find out what your limit is. Now that we're properly equipped and you know what to expect, let's start the tutorial. Please note that this is a very brief overview of these techniques. I'm just going over enough so that you can follow along with the workout. You can find a lot of other videos on YouTube that cover the techniques in more detail. Feel free to ask questions during the stream too. Also, there isn't a perfect way to do these techniques that work for everybody. You may need to adjust things slightly to make them work for you. In this intro, I'll be covering the basic boxing stance, breathing, and the 2 basic punches. Let's start with the boxing stance. This is the foundation that we'll be building everything off from, so it's the most important of the 3. To get into a basic boxing stance, stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Now take your dominant foot and step back. You'll know you're at about the right position if you take a knee and your knee reaches the heel of your front foot. And there's about a fist worth of space between your knee and heel. You might need to adjust this a little. Go ahead and stand back up. Now we need to turn our body slightly inwards. To do this, we rotate our back foot somewhere between 45 and 90 degrees outward. We then can rotate our front foot slightly, up to 45 degrees. You can check that you're in the right position by moving your back foot in a straight line up to your front toe. Our back heel should line up with our front toe. Now, we want to bend our knees a few inches. This will help us be balanced in a variety of positions and help us be able to move quickly. It's also great for working out the legs. We want our weight to be evenly dispersed between our front and back legs. Your weight should be on the balls of your feet. Your back heel should be slightly off the ground. Your front heel can be elevated or planted, but the weight should still be forwards on the ball of the foot. Great job. Now we're in our boxing stance. I know it's a lot to take in, so let's do it again. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Take a step backwards with your dominant foot. Imagine a line between your legs and make sure that each foot is on either side, like you're taking a stride. Turn your feet in so that your back heel and front toes are touching that imaginary line. Bend your knees. Lift your back heel. Make sure your weight is even across both legs and on the balls of your feet. Okay, now let's try to move in this stance. To move in a direction, we will shift our weight to the opposite foot before taking a step. Let's try moving forward. Shift your weight to your back leg and take a step with your front foot. Good. Now, shift your weight to your front leg and step that back foot up the same distance, making sure to keep your knees bent and your stance at a proper width. Weight should be on the balls of your feet. Kneel to check your stance. Okay, let's start again and take 4 steps forward. Weight on the back foot, stepping with the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now let's step backwards. Shift your weight to your front leg. Now step back with your back foot. Shift the weight again to the back leg and step the front foot back the same distance. Kneel to check your stance. Good. Let's get back up into our stance and step backwards 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left and right are similar. To move left, we will put our weight on our right leg and step with the left. Now let's take 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, knees bent, weight on the balls of the feet, and it becomes equally distributed between both legs once we've finished our step. Now let's go to the right. Weight on the left leg and step to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. Now let's go back to center and try it all together. Forward, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Left, 1, 2, 3, 4. And right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now that our lower body's in the right position, we need to work on our upper body. We bring our hands up to about the corners of our mouth, making sure our elbows are tucked in. I like to leave my hands here, but a more traditional position for your hands would be to take your rear hand in front of your face about a thumb's width away. From there, your lead hand is an outspread hand's width from your rear hand. Make sure you're not blocking your vision, but are protecting your face. Also, make sure to keep that chin tucked downwards. Okay, great. We have learned the basic boxing stance. There's a lot of variations and other more advanced techniques that we will be getting into during other streams, but this is good enough for today. It'll get us started. So now let's get into the punches. The jab, or as I will call it, the number 1, will be the punch that we are throwing the most. It travels straight towards our opponent while twisting inward. We're also going to practice throwing it with a step. This is what it will look like. Slowly. And with speed. Now let's go over it step by step. Get into your boxing stance. Make sure your knees are bent, chin down, hands up, but be relaxed. Don't tense your shoulders or clench your fists. Now slowly and while relaxed, bring your lead hand straight forward at a height where your opponent's jaw would be. As the jab extends, it is rotating inward. Be careful your elbow doesn't flare out. You can check yourself by throwing this with your front shoulder touching a wall or a punching bag. The punch should travel straight through a pipe with no part of the fist or arm hitting the pipe side. Your hand should be relaxed for as long as possible. We only clench our fist before impact. Make sure your thumb is outside your fist. We're impacting with our first 2 knuckles. Pull out some finger guns so we can check our wrist alignment. Where your fingers are pointing is where the power is driving. We want to make sure our wrist is straight. Stick your guns away and now bring the punch straight back so that your hands are back in your guard. Make sure your hands are relaxed on the way back in. Alright, let's try it. Drive your front hand forward. Once you get to this point, start the rotation. Clench your fist before impact. Now that we're extended, check your wrist alignment. Okay, now bring it back. Great. Let's try that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's add a little speed and power to it with the help of a step. This time as we throw the jab, put your weight on your back foot and step with the front as you throw the jab. Your foot should come down as the punch impacts. Then, as you bring the punch back, step back with your front foot back into its original position, into your boxing stance. Let's try that again. Okay, good. Now 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. That's the basics of the jab. Before we move on to the next punch, let's learn how to breathe with our punches. Whether you're breathing correctly with your punches will make the biggest difference in your exhaustion level for today's workout. Hold your breath and you'll be winded before the first round is over. Let's stand relaxed while we're learning the basics of breathing. We are usually breathing in and out with our nose. Deep, controlled, relaxed breaths when possible. When we need to punch, we can breathe out with the nose or out with the mouth, constricting and controlling our airflow. We want to constrict our throat and use our tongue pressed against the roof of our mouth to create a small opening for the breath to escape and a quick way to stop the airflow. It will sound like this. It's 1 short exhalation per punch, normally. After the combo is over, breathe in with your nose and be ready for the next combo. Let's try it with the jab. In your stance, as Let's do it 4 times, with our step and a breath. That may feel awkward, but you'll get it with time. From here on out, we're always going to be breathing with our punches. Finally, let's move on to the straight rear punch, our number 2. There's a lot of carryover in technique from the jab. Our rear hand is moving straight forward, relaxed, and twisting. Once it reaches its target, check your wrist alignment, and then bring it back. Now the big difference is going to come from how we put speed and power into this punch. We need to get our hips and shoulders involved in driving the punch forward. Let's start with the feet. In our boxing stance, take your rear foot and drive it inwards. Imagine you're squishing a bug into the ground. This is the motion that will then drive our hip inwards. As our hips turn, your shoulders come with it, and all of this is driving that rear hand straight into our target. Let's try it again. Turn the rear foot, which turns the hips, which turns the shoulders, which drives the punch straight forward. Bring the punch back straight, and set that rear foot back into your normal boxing stance. Let's try it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Shake it out and relax. All right, great job, everyone. You've now got everything you need to get started and to follow along with today's workout. Remember, if you need more information, check out that free campaign journal PDF, as well as feel free to ask questions in the chat. Okay, let's start to roll with the punches. There we go. Hello everyone, welcome to Roll with the Punches. Today, the lead uppercut, which I'm pretty excited about. It's a very fun punch, I think. It requires some setup, but can really pop, get them when it's unexpected. I just have a lot of fun throwing it. Got a new mic today, so hopefully I'm a little louder, a little clearer. Let me know what you guys think of the audio. Didn't get much chance to test it, so I want to know. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Good way to start out the weekend, at least in my time zone. We are here in the morning. Oh, if I can do this, the rest of the weekend will be easy. Good morning, good morning. Audio good for everyone? Hopefully stream's good. Good, good, good. We've got new mic today. We have a new heavy bag and a new heavy bag stand, so I'm very excited to start making some heavy bag videos. I don't know if I'll incorporate them in the stream so much, maybe, but I don't expect people to have a heavy bag. Now, most of the rounds that we've done so far can be done on the heavy bag. Some of the more footwork-centric ones tend to be better shadow boxing because you kind of have more space to move around, but you can still do those on the bag. You could just be on the outside, and then when you move in, just work at a long range. But it's so quiet compared to the last one. I don't know if I showed you guys the last one, but oh, I'm so happy. So happy to have it. But yeah, I think I'm going to make some just distinct videos outside of the stream for some heavy bag rounds for people who have access to one. Yes, like a pop star. And again, even though rounds are on the heavy bag, doesn't mean you can't shadow box them. So just make sure if you're using the heavy bag, wrap your hands, wear gloves. You can even put athletics tape around your wrists or around the outside of the gloves as well to give them extra wrist support depending on the quality of your glove. You can duct tape around the outside of the gloves as well, just to protect those wrists. You want to make sure that your wrists are in the correct position. You want to check with those 2 fingers to make sure that there's a straight line and that your wrist isn't bent, especially when you're hitting with something with impact. Because starting early on, I definitely would roll my wrist, and that can lead to injuries, and it's not good. It's not good at all.
duck. Yes, we have a duck in one of our rounds today. Should be good. We'll see how it goes. But I think I'm ready to get started. So just quick recap on the numbering system. Haven't been going over that in the stream, but this will be punch number 5 that we're learning today. We've kind of gone in order. So number 1 is the jab, which is your lead hand. And we're doing it with a step. It's coming back, right? That's the jab. Then we have the straight rear hand, number 2, also called the cross. So you got 1, 2. 3 is going to be that lead hook. 4 is going to be the rear hook. Then 5 is going to be the lead uppercut. You'll notice odd numbers are going to be our lead hand, okay? And we're going to keep going until we get to 8. And then we're going to start teaching modifications, body shots, different ways. There's tons of ways to throw, especially the jab. There's all kind of ways. But today, number 5, the lead uppercut. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get warmed up. I'm going to go back to OG music today, I think. Mixed up a little bit. Maybe we'll switch it up as we go. Is music good compared to me? It's going to get louder here in a second. This bit's a little quiet. Is it good? Hear me okay? Had to put my bun up a little higher for this. It's pulling a little bit, but I think it's okay. All right, let me get a drink before we get started. Let's get loose. Oh. Been working on the new heavy bag a lot, so I'm a little sore. That soreness is gonna go away as soon as we start warming up. Let's do the neck first. Let's look up. Stretch that neck. It's a good time to start breathing. And down. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And up. And down. Up. And down. Good. Now we're going to look to the left. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing to this channel, not only to get the boxing workouts, but I've got a story about my life with anxiety video coming up very shortly. Left. And right. Left. And right. Good. Now let's roll it, half circles. So starting down, rolling to the right until we're looking up, and then we roll it back, and then we do the left side. Just keep that up. Try to do 10 times each side. You count it yourself. And one of the biggest factors in me managing anxiety and stress is definitely getting the boxing in. Try to get a workout in 6 days a week. My neck is a little stiff, but it is loosening up. All right, nice. Let's do arm circles, right forward. 2 around is 1 rep. Let's do that 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's do right back. 1, 2. We are learning something new today. So if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't click today, don't feel bad. Just keep working at it. New things are hard. That's 8, 9, 10. But don't let struggling stop you. Let's do left forward. Arm circles. 1, 2, 3. Our left side's gonna get a good workout today. 4. So let's make sure to warm it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Left back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Shake it out. We're going to be doing both forward. Start to get loose. Start to feel that rhythm. Both going forward. Arm circles. 1, 2. Make sure you don't knock over any lamps. 3. You got plenty of room. 4, 5. Oh no, my mic. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The mic fumble gave you a little extra breathing. We're gonna go back. Both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amazing. Amazing. All right, hug yourself. Wrap your arms around, bring them back, wrap them again. I alternate which one's on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Warm up those shoulders, double elbows back, double reach back. That's 1, 10 times. Here we go. Good. 1, 2, 3. You've been here every week. 4. You have been here for over a month. 7, 8, 9, 10. But if this is your first time, that's okay too. The VODs will always be there for you if you need to catch up. Just do what you can. All right. Feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, facing straight forward. We're going to start on the right side. We're going to cross over, throwing that elbow, then cross over and reach to our left side. Here we go, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more about the stretch than the speed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, other side. Left elbow, left reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out. Need a drink? Get it? Start on the lower body. Hip circles. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Whew. Upper body, same idea. Around. 1, 2, careful not to get dizzy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Give yourself a second. We're going to go the other way. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Give yourself a second. We're going to widen our stance. Feet straight forward, alternating toe touches. Bend the waist. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come up. Stand up. Do some high knees. Just walk it like this. Or you can hop. Let's do that 10 times each leg. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's throw in some jumping jacks. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Great job. Warm up complete. Get a drink. Whew. All right. Whew, how's everyone doing? Oh, you still with me? Warm up complete. We've got 4 rounds of boxing today. Critical hit, abs, and we're done. We can do this. All right, so the lead uppercut. So the good news is when it comes to the body mechanics of the punches, you've done a lot of the hard work already. So like we talked about before, where there's a lot of similar mechanics between our 2 and our 4. Well, there's a lot of similar mechanics between our 3 and our 5, okay? So if we think about the lower body first, it's going to be very similar. It can be very similar. Again, there's a lot of different ways to throw each of these punches. And different ways are right in different situations, but we're just starting out. We're learning one basic way. and it's going to be similar, right? So you can cheat it by throwing that number 2. But what's important is getting the weight on the lead leg, okay? So if that feels best to you, by throwing this punch, getting your weight off your back leg and putting it onto your front, or you can just simply put the weight on your front leg. Because again, the power is going to come from the transference of that weight and the rotation of the body, okay? So what we don't want to do is, again, we don't want to use our arm punches, right? We don't want this. We're not curling a weight, okay? And it's not going to be straight in front of us like this. Again, we're not curling that weight. We're going to have that twisting motion, okay? So I'm going to put weight on my lead leg, and I'm going to start to rotate this foot backwards if your stance doesn't already have it backwards. But I'm going to rotate this, and you feel that weight transfer to that back leg, twisting the front foot, twisting the hips, and I kind of thrust my pelvis a little on this one in the end because it's sort of coming up a little bit. Now you can still get plenty of power just from this sort of motion, but it makes more sense to me to kind of have that little bit of extra thrust, okay? So we load the front, we start to transfer that weight like so. Okay? Now to add the arm into that. So, like with the lead hook, we have to set the arm up first. So, come like this, and as we start to transfer that weight, we want to drop that fist down, and this is all going to be one motion, so it's scary to drop that away from your face. It leaves you open, but it's not going to be there for long is the idea. Once you get this down, it all happens very quickly. So bring it out, I'd say at least a foot, but you could bring it as much as this. And your fists is going to be, your palm is going to be upwards. Okay? Get a little closer here. Like so. Okay? And then we're going to twist, and we're going to bring it upwards. Now what we don't want to do, again, we don't want this motion. We don't want to hit ourselves in the head. So it's not curving inwards like this, so that the end of the motion would hit you. Instead, the end of the motion, we're going up, right? If we continued up all the way, we would point to the heavens, Gurren Lagann style, or Freddie Mercury style, right? It would just keep rising forever, straight up. Okay? So that's the first thing to keep in mind. The other thing is that we are turning our hips, and it is not out here, it's not here. The elbow kind of sticks to our belly button a little, and it's going to cross over, right? If you've seen Street Fighter the movie, it's kind of the pose that Van Damme does a lot. It's coming across the body, and it's landing straight like this, and the movement is up. Okay, so if I continued on, and there's a pop in it, okay? The power doesn't come from, for all of the punches, if you try to force power, it tends to not work, but especially in this one, I think. You really just want to work on quickness, and you want to work on that pop at the end, okay? It's not like you have a weight attached to you and you're trying to lift it, and that's where the power comes from. The power is coming from the body motions, the upward movement, and the snap, okay? So if we're putting it all together, Weight on the front leg. Hand comes down, we start to twist. We rise it up, we come across the body. Across the body. Fist straight, and it would continue up. So I go a little bit above my head normally, then I bring it back to the guard. Okay? You don't want to block your vision. So this shoulder here is protecting my chin for me, and my hand is on the other side of my face so I can still see. Of course, it's not there for very long. Okay? That is the basics of the lead uppercut. Does anyone have any questions? Does anything feel funky as you're trying to do this? Try to do it 10 times. Try to do it from back so you can see my feet, and then come up closer so you can see the upper body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now the uppercuts are close range punches. You can get a little bit of range, but you quickly lose power the further out you go. And at a certain point, it becomes more of a straight punch. So it's really for close in. And it usually comes off from something. It can often come off a slip, which we'll go over slips later. But that's where you get the weight on your leg and you're also off the center line. And you come up with this. So are there any questions? Where's my water? Back here. And if this wasn't clear, I find that sometimes you just need it explained a different way. So there's tons of videos out there on how to throw the lead uppercut. I learned a lot of my stuff from Precision Striking, but there's a ton of channels out there. There's a ton covering this sort of basic idea, and maybe that will click a little better, but those are the basics. Demo for southpaw people, yes. So same idea, right? My right foot's going to be in front. I'm going to be throwing with my right hand. And it's going to be the same thing. So I'm going to load the front leg, load the right leg in this instance. Let me do it this way. Okay? So same idea, just different hands. All right, I think it brings us ready to start the rounds. So we're going to utilize the lead uppercut quite a bit. All right, this should work. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, so that is going to work. This is a little out of place here. As soon as I hit it, we start. So let's move this up a little. Like so. And then we will set this? So this should work, I think. Maybe. I've tempted fate. Okay, so I just need to stop the timer, and then I think we'll be good. So yeah, the first round is going to be, it's going to be focusing on the 3 lead punches that we've shown so far. So I would like to see some movement around. Okay, it can be that 5 small steps, whatever kind of movement you want, but I want movement in between the punches. And we're just going to simply throw a lead. So we're going to throw the 1, move around, throw the 3, move around, and throw the 5. Okay? You don't have to go in order. You can throw them however you want. If you're doing the full 3 minutes, you can throw 1 for 1 minute the whole time, and then 1 the next minute, so on and so forth. It's the wrong remote. We're just working on single lead punches, and ideally you want them to be as quick as possible, right? So it's fine if you're starting out that you set and then throw the punch, but ideally you throw it as part of the movement, right? Like I'm moving around and then bam, that kind of idea. All right, let's set this up. 1 minute. 1 minute. Should do, I think. All right, as soon as I press this, we're going to start. Yeah, there will be timer. But as I press it, it's immediately starts, so. Okay, let's go. So everyone's going, move around, and then throw the jab, move to a new position, throw the lead hook, move to a new position, try to throw that lead uppercut. Okay? And that's going to be it for the whole round. Mix it up as you like, go in order, whatever works for you. But try to keep moving. Don't forget to breathe, hands up, chin down. There it is. Level 1's almost got the break. So it does. Level 2 and 3 keep going. Throw 2 of the same ones in a row. Whatever you like. Just work on that lead hand. Told you we're going to work it out today. And I'm going to throw the jab. I'm going to throw the lead hook. And I'm going to throw the lead uppercut. Good. Level 1, got about 15 seconds to your back in. Level 2, that's your break. Get ready for it. Good. Level 1 back in, level 2 take a break. The lead uppercut is close to medium range at most. So don't try to throw it out the same length as your jab. It's not what it's for. Reset in between, we keep moving. Got less than 30 seconds left. almost there. Good. And rest. Drink. Actually, I forgot to write down my rounds today. Let me look it up. All right, so next one, yeah. So next one is going to be 2, 3, duck, 5. So we can start out with just throwing the 2, reset, 2, 3. We've done that before. Reset, and then 2, 3, duck, 5. So off that 3, we're ducking in the same direction that we're throwing the punch, bending our knees, we're not bending at the hip like this too much. We're keeping our eyes up. We're coming around. We've loaded that leg. We can come up with the uppercut. All right? Let's go. So 2, and reset. You can move if you want. You can stay stationary. Just make sure you're in a good position again. And then 2, 3, reset. Think about what you're going to throw, which is going to be 2, 3, duck, 5. Okay? Working those legs. 2. Back to the beginning. 2, 3. Here we go. And then 2, 3, duck. Good. You can also, let's do 2. Let's do 2, 3. Hit my cord. Woo-hoo. Got my cord. Hopefully you can still hear me. Level 1, take a break. Level 2 and 3, keep going. Get that in my shirt more. This. You guys keep going. You got this. 2, 3, duck, 5. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, duck, 5. Start with 2, and then 2, 3. Feel that weight balance. 2, 3, duck. With that motion, loading the lead leg, and 5. Level 1, you're back in. Level 2, you're taking a break. All right, here we go. 2, 2, 3. 2, 3, duck, 5. Nice job. 2, 2, 3. And 2, 3, duck, 5. Good. 2 from this side. 2. 2, 3. And 2, 3, duck, 5. 2. 2, 3. Go at your own pace. 2, 3, duck, 5. Got time for one more. 2, 3, duck, 5. And good. Good job, everyone. All right, next round. Try to get this a little better here. Next round is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, it's a 5-punch combo. Feel free to take it slow. Okay, I think that'll do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all flow nicely into each other. So we're going from one side to the other. The weight balance is already happening for us. So you can take it slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. so you can pick it up a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're just going to work that over and over. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reset. Take a few breaths, depending on your level, how many you're going to take. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You already have a 5-punch combo. 2, 3. Oh, nope, I messed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level 1's about ready to take a break. 2 and 3 keep going. Now, as long as you're in a safe area and there's no chance of hitting anything, sometimes it helps me to close my eyes and do this. It helps me feel my balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take as much time as you need between those shots. Make sure your stance is good. Make sure you're not too narrow. Make sure your knees are bent. Make sure your front foot is largely forward and your back toes off the ground in your neutral stance. Feel that weight shift as you go through. Keep going. We try to do one at speed or speed-ish. All right, level 1 back in, level 2 take a break. That wasn't great. That felt a little better. I'm gonna slow it back down. Work at it slow so it feels like second nature. Good. 30 seconds left. Almost there. Slow down. As one punch comes back, the other one's coming out for a combo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Everyone's resting. Amazing. We only got one more today and it's freestyle. If you really struggled with one, maybe work on that. If you want to go back to something from previous weeks, if you want to put it all together and just shadow box with everything, go for it. Don't forget to come back to this and the other workouts throughout the week. If you really want to improve, once a week is not going to be enough. I can promise you. So try to get this in. If not mine, there's tons of other boxing workouts out on the YouTube. We're going to be building up a library as we go along here. There's plenty to cover. Freestyle. Work on drills. Work on seeing your opponent. Whatever you're going to work on, give it 100% because this is the last round. Double up on the same side, it's a lot harder, but it can be unexpected. I can throw the 2 and the 5. I can throw the 4 and the 5. You can never throw enough jabs. Jabs are your usual lead in, but you can lead in with a lead hook. You can feint a punch and throw another one instead. So I can feint that straight rear punch and come up with the uppercut instead. It's all about just getting the tools in your toolbox and putting them together in ways that work for you. You can throw in some of that lateral movement footwork. Keep moving. Oop, nope. My knee's a little stiff today. Here we go. Good, 5 seconds. Then a break for level 2. Rest of us got to keep going. You can even switch up to southpaw if you want for some of it. When you start getting the basics, it's good to train your other side as well. For versatility, but it also helps your strong side. Makes your brain rethink about everything. And it carries over to your strong side as well. So you can switch if you're getting tired. You can switch just for the training. Good. We're almost there. 10 seconds. Almost there. 2, 1. And time. Yes, indeed. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Get a drink. Eventually, we're going to start going past. Let's see, stop this. This. I think. Everything going to clear? Clear. Clear. And do this. Bam. Nice. Okay. Let me get a drink. So eventually, especially for those of you who are still sticking with me, the plan is to, obviously you can go at the different levels to give yourself a greater workout. So you can do the full 3 minutes. You can start at the 1 minute, you can go to 2, 3, so on and so forth. But we'll start adding in some more rounds as well. In the future, in the near future, I'll probably make a separate warm-up video that you can do before the stream starts. Because I usually just do the same thing, minor variations sometimes, but so you can knock that out. We can get straight into things and have some time for some more rounds. So in the near future, watch out for that. For today, we just had the 4. If it's not enough for you, even at level 3, do it all again. Can't work on it enough. All right, so today, critical hit. We've only got one thing that we're going to do, but we're going to do it quite a few times. And it is the shoe shine. Let me turn off the music for a second. As we explain. Okay, so this is yet another thing that I really struggled with. So I might not be the best person to teach it, but I think I have the general idea down. So your legs are wider than shoulder width. Your feet are kind of straightforward, especially with my knee. I have to have them a little outwards, but kind of like with the punch hops, we're going to be tapping our toes, tapping our feet. So we're coming just barely off the ground. Knees are bent. It's going to be back and forth like this. And our left foot is going to touch when the left foot touches when the left hand would touch the target, okay? And it's going to be an uppercutty kind of motion. Fists for me are going to be straightforward like this. I've seen people do it like this, but I have my fist vertical like this. Arm is going to be bent like that 45 degrees. It's going to be coming straight up like this, and we're going to rotate. So one and then the other, like this. They're coming to the center. You can imagine that you're punching a ball back and away to someone, and we just do that over and over again. My shoulders are loose, and as I gain speed, so you kind of want to, we're going to build up to this, but you want to do them at speed. It's going to look something like this once we get up to the speed, right? So today we're going to do 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. The first round we're going to do slow. Then every round after that we're going to try to go a little bit faster, okay? And you go at your pace. And remember, you got to do it for 20 seconds. So if you can go full bore for 5 seconds, slow it down so that you can make it that entire 20 seconds, okay? So this is great for teaching you to be efficient with your movements, teaching your shoulders to relax, kind of moving your whole upper body to get those punches going. And just like with every punch, my hand is loose until the strike, right? And that's how we're going to get speed. If we're clenched and we're flexing the whole time, I can't go very fast, but if I can, so this is the same amount of effort, but if I'm loose, same amount of effort, but so much faster, okay? And we're not really circling our arms like this. It's more out like this, but as you start to go in speed, it kind of looks like that circular motion, right? But I'm still just trying to go straight out as much as I can. And we're just going to do that for the whole critical hit. Let's get that set up. Does anyone have any questions? Something doesn't feel right. This one still feels a little weird to me. And it felt weird for a while, but the big thing was staying loose and not being afraid to have those shoulders and even the hips involved a little bit. And definitely moving the feet, because that's where the speed comes from. Once we start getting into like speed days, when you're throwing punches at max speed, instead of rotating like we've been doing, you just tap. It doesn't give you as much power. But if I wasn't using my feet, I throw slower. So even though you're adding more to the movement, the whole body works together to make the speed, is the general idea. So I'm gonna get another drink because these are not easy. This is a good thing to add into the warm-up. I usually do this on my normal warm-ups every time. Good to get the heart going, good to get loose, get the arms warmed up, get the shoulders warmed up. All right, are we ready to go? So I'm ready. Let's get that music going again. Bam. All right, actually, I need the critical hit timer on here. Maybe, but I've got the timer over there. 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. It's gonna count down, it's gonna beep 3 times until we start. So start slow, and we're gonna increase that speed, all right? Feet wide, and go, all right? Get closer. Feet and hands working together for 20 seconds. And break. Take it as slow as you need to. Try to speed it up a little more this time as we're starting to get more comfortable. Try to do it from the side here. Three, two, one, go. Probably going too fast. Slow down. Good. Deep breaths. So I'm trying to maintain long exhales on this one. When I'm really going, I'll take 2 short inhales. Go. Round 3. Five seconds. Time. All right. Do it 2 more times. This one and another. Trying to go a little faster every time. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Time. Good. Last round. Give it all you got. We got abs, cool down, we're done. 3, 2, 1. Almost there. My arms are still sore from the heavy bag. But it's good. We pushed through and we did it. Whew. It feels good. Great job, guys. Just got the abs left, which I'm going to show you a new one. I should do it sideways. So I'm going to show you the easier one, and I'm going to show you the harder one. Get the abs here. Up, down. Uh-oh. Let's go see critical hit. Like that. There we go. All right, so get your mat, get a drink. We're going to be laying down, backs against the floor, but still set up so you can see me as I demonstrate before we start. I'll give you plenty of time. Woo! All right. So I'm going to show you the easier one first, just in case you can't do the other one, because it is a challenging movement. So the first one is just going to be crunches. If this is all you can do, that is a-okay. Your knees are going to come up like this. You're going to be flat, back flat on the floor, and we're just going to crunch our abdomens up, or abdomen. We're going to use it to crunch up, take our shoulders off, and then come down. Like so, okay? I like to not put my hands behind my head because I'm not lifting with my arms, and I don't want to hurt my neck. So I keep them up in a guard. You could do Undertaker style, cross them in front of you. For just this movement, okay? So that's the basic crunch. What I'm gonna be doing And you can follow along. It's a similar kind of idea, but we crunch from this spread out position, and we're gonna crunch up, and I'm gonna bring my right elbow to my left knee, and I'm gonna controlled come back, and then I'm gonna crunch up to the center, controlled come back, and then crunch up with left elbow to right knee, and control down. It's a much, much harder movement, but it is, because it's more challenging, it's more effective. So you do what you feel up to. If it's just regular crunches, that is a-okay. If it is these stretched out twisting crunches, follow along with that. And do as many as you can do. So if that's 5, that's okay. For this, just starting out, if you're doing these laid out ones, since each, you have to do this, this, and this for one, I would only maybe repeat that 3 times if you're just starting out, okay? If you're doing just these crunches, maybe you could do 5, maybe you can do 10, maybe you can go all day. But if it's your first time, if you haven't worked a lot of abs, just take it easy. You can always go harder next time. You gotta find your limit and then build upon that limit. But you don't wanna strain yourself too much just starting out. Okay, let's get ready for round 1. We're gonna try to repeat this. We'll do it 3 times, however many reps that you're doing, all right? So that's the plan. So either get up with knees like this for the regular crunches, or be spread out and be ready to go. I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm gonna try to do 5. You do what you can do. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. And relax. Control that motion all the way. So constriction is controlled and slow. Restriction, the opposite. Going back into the position is also controlled. I'm tensing my abs during that whole movement, okay? Let's take another breath and we're gonna do it again. 3, 2, 1, go. Good, relax. Second one was a lot harder, wasn't it? It's good, we're gaining strength. So much is centered around the core. That's why it's something you should probably be training every day. Pretty adaptable, recovers quickly, but if you'll excuse the pun, it's core to so much of what your body does. That includes boxing. We only got 1 more set, and then cool down so we can do this. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2. If it burns, I'm not gonna stop. 4, 5. And relax. Woo! Nice job. Nice job. All right, let's cool down. Let's get our cool down music going. Feels good. Where is my music? Here it is. Yeah, all right. Okay. There we go. Should be good. Cool down. We survived. Hopefully you were with me the whole time. If not, and you had to stop, that's okay. We'll come back to it later. Try to go a little further next time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start on the floor. I'm going to have my legs spread wide. I'm going to reach towards both my toes, feeling that stretch. Feeling that stretch. Yeah, don't feel bad if you can't do that ab exercise. That is not an easy one. I just want to give you the option. I don't know where everyone's level is. The regular crunch, I do those every day as well. To the left, they're still working. They're still great to do. Just make sure you're doing them with your abs, not with your hips or your legs. That's what's key. You want to stretch to the right. I'm sweating. Are you sweating? Feel that stretch. If you need a little extra, take it. All right, both feet come together. Right leg over the left. Right foot flat on the floor. Left arm over. Right arm back. Twist your body. Press that elbow into that knee and stretch. Feel it on my glutes. I feel it in my upper back. Feel it on my neck. We're going to hold it. And we're going to switch. So this time, left leg over. Right arm over. Twist around. Good. Very good. Stretch. All right, we're going to come over to Cobra. So lay down flat on your belly. Feet looking like the top of the foot down. Lift your upper body up. Feel that stretch. Really proud of you guys. This is not easy. Just keep at it. You will get stronger. You'll get faster. You'll be able to go longer. All right, push yourself up to downward dog. If you don't see improvement right away, that's okay. That's to be expected. Just keep at it. Relax the left leg. It takes time, it takes effort, but it's worth it in the end. Relax the right leg. Feel that stretch. Both legs down and start to come up very slowly, however you can. Very slowly. Good. I'll put this camera up. Bloop. Looks about right. We're going to reach up. Reach to those heavens. Up, up, up. And reach with the right, high as you can. I'm reaching for something. I'm reaching for what I want to be. Switch with the left. It was a challenging workout, but we are still standing. We're standing tall. We're reaching high. Good. Let's do rotator cuff. So I'm going to come across with my left arm. I'm going to hook it with my right. I'm going to pull. Deep breaths. Remember, every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, we have a stream, a full workout boxing stream. Switch. Trying to keep each other accountable. I'm in here every Saturday working out with you. You're there working out with me. If you can't catch it live, it is there for you in the VOD. Good. We're going to do the neck. I'm going to take it to the left, reach down with the right. Thank you so much, everyone who has subscribed. We reached 3,000 subscribers. It's absolutely incredible. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. If you're not subscribed, it really helps. Look up, staying to the left. And I really appreciate it. Look down. Not only do we have the boxing stuff, but I'm going to try to pick up my mental health content. There's a lot of stuff I want to cover. Now to the right. Reach down with the left. Looking up. And looking down. If there's more stretching you need, absolutely do it. Take care of yourself. But we are done. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm so proud of you for sticking with this. If you've been here since the beginning, if this is your first time, whatever it is not easy to work out. It gets easier as you go, though. For me, it's something I can't not do. It's really challenging to start. There's still challenging days for sure, but it's something I've absolutely grown to love. It is key for my health and my wellness. And if boxing isn't working for you, find something that does. Please. I cannot overstate how much of a difference this makes in my life, positively. You can go overboard, of course. Make sure you're taking your rest as you need it, but get up and get going. Roll with those punches in life. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. I will see you next week. There's going to be an anxiety video this week coming up on the channel, so make sure you subscribe and check that out as it comes. Thank you so much once again. If you have questions, put them down in the comments below on the VOD. I will try to answer those during next week's stream. Good job, guys. Thank you. I'll see you next week.